wanted to talk about this fucking Eminem situation. I tell you the truth. Matter of fact, let me reword this. I just want to talk. I just want to give my opinion on why, to some people's heads, why Eminem isn't like played a lot in the hood like that and shit like that. It's not to say that the nigga is trash. You can't rap. It's not like niggas is saying they don't fuck with Eminem because he a white boy. It has nothing to do with him being white. But what we saying is, when it comes to rapping hip hop, right? Most of the rappers that you listen to is motherfuckers who you can relate. It ain't just the good music they make, but it's the shit that you can kind of relate to. Whether you already grown up and gone through that shit, or you a kid growing up and you hear the fucking grown ups talking like how it was when they was a kid and this and that and all that shit. Basically two-part shit. That's why, like, not that I've done the things that he done, but the shit that he talk about, it hits the fucking heart. It hits the soul. You know what I'm saying? I could relate, or Tupac was able to relate to us, even when him being in the 20s. He, you know what I'm saying, relating to us with the how it was when he was young and coming up and shit. What's that song called by Pac? It's off Irish Still Now Remember Me. It's my favorite fucking shit. Nothing to lose. Like shit like that. And what he said in there. Like that shit that when you a kid, and it ain't even a teenager yet, but when you a kid listening to that, then you become a teenager listening to that, right? Then you become in your early 20s, pre-adult years listening to that. And then when you like in the 30s, you listen to that shit, you like, damn, how that shit hits you right here from the soul. It brings that emotions out. Cause it's just like, damn, man. It makes you emotionally, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say that shit really. I ain't no fucking doctor, but it makes you emotionally, I don't know if I don't want to say the right word. And it's kind of almost like the word, I just don't want to kind of sound like a sissy, but y'all know what it is. When the music brings that emotionally, it makes your soul cry. That's basically what it is. Like Eminem don't have them songs where niggas is gonna relate to a white boy problems like that. But that nigga was on some different shit though. That's what we was liking about it, because we never heard no shit like that before. The way that nigga was coming at his mama and shit, wasn't no niggas on records talking that way about their mama like that. Whether they mama was wrong or not, they'll hold that shit. And they'll keep it on a documentary talking about, yeah, Mom Dukes and shit, kicked me out the house and this and that. We had an argument and this and that. But you know what I'm saying? Had to leave the house, go hustle and learn some lessons. And I'm like, mama, you right, type. Like, I'm saying shit like that. We weren't used to that shit. That's why I say the first Eminem first three albums I can rock with and shit, cause that's just all pure and shit. It's just like the rest of it is just him. Well, I will talk about choking my mom, killing my baby moms, my daughter's mom, you know what I'm saying? This and that. He stopped with the silly shit, and I can dig him doing that recovery, relapse shit, this and that. Like, he's not all fucking drugged up no more, so that should have changed your mindset and shit after you sober up and do shit. So I'm not saying his work today is whack or blemish or none of that shit. I kind of think the only thing I know about this Snoop Dogg shit, this and that, is when he said his comment or some shit like that about he not in the top 10 or whatever because of the rappers. But Snoop Dogg was here before Eminem though, so the era of Snoop Dogg music and shit and rappers would be different. You can't be mad when an older person that's older than that person doesn't party have that person in his top 10 or whatever. I don't give a fuck if I fuck with you or not. Nigga, if I was listening to fucking Tim MCs before I even heard of a fucking you, like, I'm not putting none of these rappers today in like top 10 over the niggas I've heard back then. You crazy? I'm about to put nobody over Tupac, that's one. But I mean, if we're gonna be talking like some like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, we like that's kind of different kind of rap. Like, that's straight spitting freestyle like LL Cool J and shit. That's. I don't think Pac is on that like they level as far as you know what I'm saying. All that shit, you know what I'm saying? Time to build my juice back up, bounce back up, let's get smacked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pac do got that early, late New York flow when he was just sitting there, be walking up the streets, kicking in and shit, and freestyling and shit. He got that shit. See, I got different, it's different sections of shit. As far as storytelling, relating and shit, and not even the hood stories and shit like that, I'm gonna listen to some Pac shit. For so, when I wanna listen to some straight, old school, kicking that shit, I'm gonna go bump them motherfuckers. I'm gonna go bump that Eric B, Rakim shit. I'm a young motherfucker, and listen, I'm only 31. Right? I haven't even listened to half of hip hop. Right? Just shit that I seen on TV videos as I grew up. It's like I still gotta go listen to Big L. I heard by the time I heard Big L, I was like 17. This is like 2007. I'm kicking it with like a few cats older than me, a few years older than me, about 4 or 5 years older than me and shit. So you know, during that time they was already like party in 7th, 8th grade, going in high school, while I was probably like 5th and 6th grade and shit. You know what I mean? So I still got lots of fucking researching and do, and it's like as a kid, I ain't want to be hearing none of that shit. Besides the shit I wanted to hear from parents, so I didn't recognize until I got older. I'm like, damn, I fucking miss the music like this. I miss hearing my mom play Mary J. Blige. Like I find myself listening to the R&B shit that really I grew up in a house of R&B with mad females and shit. So I mean, you know, rap. I didn't really know about that shit until maybe Tupac and Biggie shit till about 90, till late 90s and shit. After Pac and Biggie, that's when I started seeing Nas, Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, you know what I'm saying, the Locks, more, all that shit, Lil Kim and shit, all that shit. Jay-Z, all that shit. I don't know if I said his name already, but just in general. So I mean, if I gave out my top 10, like I probably would have Eminem in mind because at the era and time of me growing up, Eminem came in the late 90s. I was already 19 years old. So the Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers, Eminem shit, I damn near wasn't even a teenager. Think about it. 1999 was that 98, 99? Eminem first album, second album, and third album between 99, 2000, 2002. I'm 12. I ain't even 13 yet, and this nigga made 3 albums before I was a teenager. But as a kid, he's fucking with it. So Eminem would probably be in my top 10 as far as like my era. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna do like a whole top 10 of like all hip hop and this and that, I don't know if I would put him like I damn for sure will not put him over Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and all this. And shout out to Grand Theft Auto and shit for having like music, having the classic music in they shit. Cause you know playing that shit made you go like when mixing back when you used to burn CDs and make mix CDs. I used to go put the songs that I hear that I'm like, damn, I ain't heard this since on the Juice soundtrack or something like that. I used to go make mix CDs and go listen to that shit. Shout out to Grand Theft Auto for putting them old classic joints on there and shit. Because now when you see in the comment section, you be sitting there saying, hey, I'm from Saints Row, or I heard this, and I don't get mad when I hear him with that. Certain shit, before the game come out, I be like, damn, I knew that shit before the game came out and shit. But nevertheless, don't knock the youngins. If the youngins is liking classic songs, do not knock the youngins for saying, man, I'm only 15, 16, and I like this more than today rapping shit. Don't diss them on that, because if they can respect classics at an early age like that, man, that's saying something about their future and shit and how they got their head straight, man. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I don't know really what the fucking beef is over there with that shit. You know? So, it's whatever. I just felt like my opinion on why motherfuckers don't really. Well, like you won't hear an Eminem album getting blasted every day. You will hear a man. Like, put it this way: back in like the late '97, when Puff Daddy dropped that No Way Out album, DMX, Hell is Hot, maybe if maybe that Ja Rule album I forgot, Vinny Vetti Vecchi. I still ain't even heard that yet. But Nas, Hate Me Now, joints like DMX, but DMX and that Puff Daddy No Way Out album, like them albums right there, they're in that era of what, 97, 98. Let me tell you, or 98, 99. Let me tell you anyways. You can walk up if you're in the hood and shit. You was able to walk up any different block and shit if you was going mind your business, whatever. Every block you went on was fucking blasting them albums. It didn't matter what day you was gonna walk up and hear that Puff Daddy No Way Out album somewhere throughout the day. After you just got done blasting that shit, you know what I mean? Like these today motherfuckers just whether they got love for it or not, you can tell who got love for this shit and who's just been like not to make fun of you like saying broke, but who's been like really fucked up and just happy they got money now and then just feel all events. But like it's different, man. But like today's shit is different than what it was for 2000 era. At least as a kid, for the 2000 era, like when Nelly, Ludacris was coming out, Dipset more and shit. Like motherfuckers are still dropping bars and still doing that shit from the love and the heart. This shit today, how the fuck does 100% of the rap game sound like each other? But I don't, but I'm gonna keep down, make that for a different video. I'll keep it just on the Eminem shit. But that's just what it is. It's all hip hop talk at the end of the day. I hate when they sit here and talk about hip hop awards and shit, and it's like, dude, this ain't hip hop, dude. None of this shit was like even allowed in the hip hop days, nigga. I'm only 4 years old and can recognize that Baggins, this man. I don't know, man. Like I was told, diamonds is a female's best friend, not a nigga's, and these niggas rock diamonds all like that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Nigga, give me some gold, nigga. Don't fuck all that diamond shit. I don't give a fuck how much money that shit is worth. Right, give me the straight roll gold. Huh? Give me the Flavor Flaves. Give me the golds. You know what I'm saying? Give me the Eric B's, Rakims. Give me the Slick Ricks. You dig what I'm saying? And if I'm gonna get some diamonds, that shit, give me some gold diamonds. You dig? None of that sparkling shit. That shit is for like chicks like Trina, the Diamond Princess, fools. But I'm out of here.